So welcome back. Today we'll discuss about testing Syslog and testing NTP as well as testing TFTP. Okay. So Syslog we already discussed. What is Syslog? See, the server which records all the logs in the network. Okay. So whenever the router interface comes up, whenever the router moves to another mode, no, all those things are recorded as logs on the syslog server. Okay. So we did three steps. Okay. So first one was like we had to configure the router to timestamp the log message. So we use this service timestamp log date time millisecond. Okay. Then we connected to the which one syslog server from the router. So router will be the client and all the routers events will be recorded as log in the syslog server. So the syslog server I'm using is 192.168.12.3. Okay. Then verify the log by using show logging and we can see the live log in the server. Okay, how to see that? Just I will go to the server. This is my syslog server. This is my this one client. Okay, from here all the records, all the logs of this router will be recorded in this syslog server. So just I will open this one. See, this is my syslog server. Already I just opened the router, did something. So the logs are appearing here now, moving from one mode to another mode. See the IP address is that IP address of router. Okay, now I'll go back to the router again. I'll do something again, go to configuration mode. I'll go to interface, say FA0 bar 1. Okay, this interface. I'm not using this interface in this activity. So what I will do, I will make this interface shut down, no shut like that. Okay, shut down, no shut. Either you can go and do in the command. Okay, no shut. Sorry, no shut. This one activity I have done and the log should have created for this one. And again, I will go back and put shut. No need, no. Just I'll put like this one. Now let's see the log generated or not. See, log generated. Okay, it was 2, now it is 4. See, like this. Administrator down, administrator up, like that. Okay, so time also showing, no, 21/3 today, March 21. Time also showing, it's going on. Okay, this is log server. Another way of testing is go to the one way of testing. That's the main way of testing. Okay, go to the router, do some configuration or interface configuration or move out of the modes and go to the syslog server and check the log here. Okay, if they ask you, if anyone wants to delete the log, means clear the log here. Okay, clear the log, then generate again by going here. Again, I'm going into the interface FA0 bar 1. Okay, if you don't remember this one, go to the configuration mode. Okay, FA0 bar 0 we are using. Okay, so take FA0 bar 1, shut down, no shut, like that. Okay, on, no shut, shut, like this. Okay, do something like this, then come back to server. See the logs generated, interface up and down, the time, date, everything is shown. Okay, then another way is how do we know the syslog is enabled or not? Okay, so another method is like I have a command show logging. Is logging enabled? Okay, now they, if anyone want to see the configuration of syslog, just go here and show run. First one, the service timestamp log date time second. No, whatever logs generated, the time also should be stamped. That's why that whenever I generate, no, that syslog will have date, time, and all. Okay, that is one command I configured. Then go down, logging syslog server IP. Okay, that's the two things for syslog done. Now NTP, network time protocol. Next is testing NTP network time protocol. Actually, the protocol, the service will be synchronizing clock in all device. Okay, I'm going to configure. I configured the NTP in router, and this is the client, and the server will be NTP server. This one, 192.168.12.3. So the time, whatever time I have set in the server, it will be synchronized with the router also. Router will also get the same time. Before the NTP is configured, router will get, say, the clock will not be synchronized. It shows old values like March 1993. But once you synchronize the router with NTP server, router also will get the updated time. Okay. The command is, just I will show the command. Already we have done. Just I am showing. Okay. So first thing, configure router as NTP client. So NTP, go to router and configuration mode. Type NTP server IP 192.168.12.3. Status of NTP. If it is synchronized, show NTP status will give you the outputs. Unsynchronized means NTP server and router is not synchronized. Okay, will take some time. Then you go and check show NTP status. You can see it's synchronized. That means the clock and the router and the server are synchronized, and the router will get the updated clock. Then how do we update the hardware clock? NTP update calendar. Okay, these two commands are important. This is for testing purpose. Okay, NTP update calendar. So update the calendar of the router along with the synchronize with the server. Okay, so when you do all these steps, now we go for show clock command. You can see the updated clock in the router. I already done that thing, so I'll go for the NTP server. Say it's already on, and you should choose that exact date. Okay, sometimes when you are going to run the project, no, the date was not updated. Means you have to go to the NTP server, update. See whatever date you have, just choose the month and date. Time also you want to mention. Then server on off. Okay, so make it on. Check the date, current date, time. Then make it off. Then turn it on. After this, check the commands available. Okay, so commands for NTP you have to configure is, okay, what are the commands I told? NTP update calendar and NTP server. Okay, that commands. Okay, we already done that command. So just if you want, I will try it again. So before that, I'll show you that show clock. It's March 21 already updated. How do we see it is updated or configured? Show NTP status. It shows clock is synchronized. Okay, this is what how we test the NTP. Okay, so already you know how to we configure. I just entered the configuration mode and I will type NTP server 192.168.12.3. That is the server IP of NTP server. Before that, server should have been configured or set with which one NTP service on correct date and time. Then only you can do this. Okay, now the router is trying to contact to NTP server to get the time. Okay, then we have one more command, NTP update calendar. My router should get updated calendar or clock from the server. Okay, when you do this NTP status, sorry, it should be in hash mode. Okay, show NTP status synchronized. Okay, even if it is unsynchronized means what you should do, you have to wait for few seconds. Okay, by the time you can click this fast forward, don't click this one, reset, this is fast forward. Then the clock will synchronize with the router. Then when you click that show, when you type that show clock command, you can see the output. Okay, then we have uh, testing TFTP. TFTP means Trivial File Transfer Protocol. Okay, so it is actually taking a backup. Okay, it's a service which we can take the backup of your iOS image, running configuration, starter configuration of all the routers and switches. Okay, so this is a server where we can store the files from the router or switches like iOS file, running configuration, startup, everything. We already done the commands. Okay, so what I will do, I will show you the TFTP server. See, this is a TFTP server I configured. TFTP. Okay. I already have taken the backup of head office router iOS. Okay. I'll show you how to take again. Okay. So how do we take that? I'll go for. So I'm going to copy the running configuration to startup, and I'm going to take the startup into TFTP server. Okay. So copy run. So this TFTP things now also always done in the privilege mode. No need to go and do in the configuration mode. We can do in the privilege mode. Okay. Copy run start. Now I'm copying the running configuration to startup configuration. File name say HOR1. Okay, just I put like this. Okay, wait, no need file name. Okay, just done. Now copy start TFTP. Okay, address of remote host. So 192.168, that's the IP address of the TFTP server. And this one, 12.3. File name, I will write now HOR1 startup. Okay, so it is copied. How do I check? Go to the server, and you want to go to another service and open again TFTP, you could see HO R1 startup. Okay, this is how you take the backup of running configuration or startup configuration into the server. And if you want to, how we use it, no, you when the router got crashed, okay, how do we recover the configuration? You can take from this TFTP server. So at that time, you will copy TFTP to the router, a reverse process. Okay, that's mentioned here, but don't try, because sometimes during the exam, if you try this, you may lose the file. That's why if you don't do properly, I put that commands over here. Okay, see the files over there. Now after backup, it's time to reset or recover or restore. Okay, so we'll show how to restore the router configuration. So to erase the configuration of router, first we'll do erase startup configuration. Okay, so they'll ask your confirmation, yes. Then show startup configuration, nothing is there, all deleted. Okay, then you have to reload the router. Okay, when you reload, you have to confirm yourself, then check your configuration after reload. When reload and when I go for show run, nothing is there. Okay, all the configuration are lost. So what we'll do, you have to get back that OS iOS configuration from TFTP server. Okay, so copy TFTP to running configuration. So whatever we have in TFTP, you have to be copied running configuration. So they will ask you the address of your TFTP server, say 192.168.12.3 this time. Then source file name, what configuration we need. So enter that particular configuration file name, which you already stored. Okay, already stored. Okay, that running configuration file. Okay, then see it failed because the router interface is down. The interface connecting that router and when it is reset, no, this interface connecting router and TFTP server is down. So you want what you should do first, enable this interface. Okay, so enable that interface, then try this configuration. Now you can get the configuration back to router. This is how you configure or you take the backup of which one, your configuration router back to router, from TFTP back to the router. Okay, that's what I have to discuss here. Hope you understood.